I am super excited right now, you guys, to tell you about something that actually transpired a couple of months ago, but I couldn't really tell you until now for business reasons. Speaking of business reasons, I do have a business email that people can reach out to me if they want to do business with me. That's what one of my fans did. That fan is an author named Pat Shand. Now, Pat has written for Marvel, I think specifically for their Avengers. You guys probably have heard of the Avengers graphic novels. He also is married. He just recently got married, actually, to this beautiful, wonderful, amazing human being named Amy. And they are actually working on a graphic novel called Clonsters together. And if that's not enough, they've got a little something called Destiny New York, which is what I'm here to talk to y'all about today. So, Pat contacted me and asked me if I would like to write a short story for Destiny New York Volume 2. Okay, so y'all might not realize that being involved in the creation of a graphic novel is one of my life dreams. Since I was a little kid, I've always been writing and illustrating my own stories and cartoons, and I also have a stupidly large graphic novel collection that includes many of my most favorite possessions. I love graphic novels. This is a graphic novel. Look, novel-like in shape, and filled with graphics. Filled with graphics, am I right? Graphic novel, yeah. So I was just blown away that he asked me to take part in this, and you guys, it was just the coolest freaking thing. So he asked me, Lauren, choose a character from the graphic novel, and you can write a story about them to be included in Volume 2. Like, I was writing a story, like the history of one of these characters. So I read through the graphic novel, of course, first. I had to, get into the zone and figure out what things are going on. So let me tell you a little bit about the graphic novel. So the story is about this girl, Logan McBride. So in this universe, magic is real. Magic equals real, y'all. But it's not like Harry Potter where, it's like, expecto patronum, and they're casting spells and like going to school to learn spells and stuff. Magic's just kind of like an accepted part of life. Like, yeah, magic is real. Just kind of like how air is real right now, It's just like a little bit like more intense than air, I think, but still, magic equals real. So when certain kids are in their childhoods, they get prophecies made about them that talks about their destinies. Well, after they get their prophecies, they go to different schools to kind of help them figure out what their prophecy means. It's not always super clear, and then get them on the right path to fulfilling that destiny and give them the support necessary. Well, Logan fulfilled her destiny at age 13. She's now in her 20s, and the destiny is kind of like your whole point for living. So she did that, and now she's just like, here I am. What the shit do I do with my life? Which is kind of interesting enough how I feel, even though I don't even have a destiny and I haven't ever fulfilled one. So you can totally relate to that. She has a girlfriend who I'm jealous is not my girlfriend because I do have a crush on her. And don't make fun of me for having a crush on a cartoon. It's not the first time that's ever happened. For like 3 or 4 years, I had a really serious crush on Link from The Legend of Zelda. And I might still have that crush happening, but I'm not going to admit that to you right now. Yes, I do. But just don't judge me. I love Lilith. Okay, so just focus here for 1 second. So it deals, with their relationship and also with magic and stuff because, again, like I said, magic equals real and it's just kind of like, whatever, but it still, like, drives the plot, y'all. Because this girl, her family was, like, a bunch of supervillains, I think, and so some stuff's about to go down with that. But it's cool because the book isn't just about, dealing with, like, crazy scenarios. There's a lot of real human drama. And so it is just... I legitimately laughed and cried and screamed through this graphic novel. Not even kidding. So after reading through it and finding out how freaking awesome it is, just looking at this, this art. Oh, girl, they're getting it on. Oh, my God. Okay. I was even more amped. So I read through and I chose, who should I write about? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Oh, yep. There's a cat. I have to write a story about the cat. So I did. So I chose Logan's adorable cat, Brody, to write a story about. As you know, I have 3 cats that I love greatly, and they are all rescue cats. Minnie and Luna I adopted from the pound, and Frances we just found out in the alleys of our old hometown, just legitimately screaming into the furthest reaches of the night when she was but a wee kitten. And when you have like an adopted cat, you know, you don't really know where they came from, right? Like, you know, Minnie and Luna, I know that Minnie's owner gave her up because she was moving. Move somewhere where you can take your cat. And then Luna's owner gave her up because they couldn't afford her, even though they paid to get her fingers chopped off at the first knuckle. Do not declaw your cats. Anyway, I'm not going to go on my animal rights tirade. I mean, I could, but I'm going to spare you for a minute. Okay. And then Frances, you know, like, we have no idea. We found her just screaming. We heard her for blocks and blocks in the midst of the night one night, and as a baby kitten. And so I always wonder, where did she come from? You know, if we hadn't found her, would have she been eaten by like a raccoon? Would she have been, you know, snatched up by a hawk? Or anything could have happened, you know? And so I always wonder that. And that's why I kind of wanted to use the inspiration of like Fran's possible life story and write that as Brody's backstory. So it kind of be like in honor of my baby Frances. So I wrote the story, it was approved, Pat and I worked on it together, and then Pat brought along an amazing artist, Eve May, to illustrate this. And she's been sending us the pages, and it's like, it's so amazing to see something that I wrote, a story that, you know, is very close to my heart, because it's like kind of a little bit about my own baby cats, come to life. Now the thing is though, y'all, this is obviously volume 1, and my story would be included in volume 2. Check it out. Look at some of the names of people that are writing for this. This is pretty legit. But there is, I can't do left versus right. There's my name, Lauren Riley, right there, as a writer for Destiny York Volume 2. But the thing is about like books is that you can write them, you can illustrate them, you know, you can love them, and they'll never see the light of day if you cannot afford to publish them. So the Kickstarter launched today, you guys. If you are able to donate a little bit of money, I think that you can even get like volume 1 and volume 2 digital copies if you like pledge enough money, and then you can also get, you know, the actual physical copies as well if you pledge. It'd be super legit if you guys, you know, were able to support that. And I was so excited to tell you about this, and I'm gonna be like an author. Like I wrote something and it's published. It's gonna be published.